Call the meeting to order, and appreciate everybody being here. We move to item 2, consent agenda. All the following items, which concerns reports and items for routine nature normally approved by AHA meetings, will be approved by one vote unless any trustee desires to have a separate vote or on any or all of the items. Consent agenda consists of discussion, consideration, and action on the following items. A, the minutes of the regular trustee meeting on July 22nd, 2025. B, the finance committee meeting minutes, August 19th, 2025. And C, the check report, July 9th, 2025 to August 8th, 2025.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda A through C.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion by Dr. Brown, second by Dr. Simon to approve the consent agenda items A through C. Any other questions? Roll call.
Burke.
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Mossberg. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Okay, agenda item 3, CEO's report. Candace?
All right. Clinic visits have been up for July, especially for July. We did well. Usually we count on, June, July to be kind of our lulls, and we didn't experience that. So that's a good thing. We like that. We have 2 Northwestern student or nursing graduates that we hired. And I know I heard from Gabby that she passed her boards, so we're terribly excited about that. And then Serena also passed her boards, so I haven't heard from Bridget yet, though. Have you heard from Bridget? Will fight? No? Okay. Be looking for her results, but anyway, nothing really else in that report unless you've got questions. Things that we're working on, physician recruiting. We've got one of our providers who wants to go to an RVU contract, and that simply means if they see more patients, they make more money. That's the way, an opportunity to make more money. So working on a lot of manual processes that go into that. So Kelly and Jaden have been, and Kelsey have been working on getting that stuff in place. We are headed to a Meditech conference in Boston in a couple of weeks. This is in an effort to stay up with all the new changes that go on with Meditech Expanse, something that we didn't do with the last implementation, and I just feel like maybe we missed out on a lot of the updates and things that happen because they don't send them to you, or there's no way to find out about it other than staying connected with these type of conferences. So we're going to go see what that's all about in September. I'm sure everyone's heard about the shooting incident that happened at Integris last week, so we're using that as an opportunity to take a look at our campus to see what things that we can do to, if that, mitigate any impact that might have if it happens here. So we're taking a look at things. Surgery's been super busy. I'm sure you can see in that report. And I'll just say that my daughter, Jenna, had a procedure here 3 weeks ago and had a fantastic experience. I don't think we were treated any differently from what I hear from our patients that have had surgery here. They have good experiences, and so I just want to say that we were able to experience that as well. And it was so nice to be able to be in town. She went and had her procedure. I went to work for a little bit, went back. She got to go home, and it was really quick. So kudos to the surgery staff. And I do constantly hear from our customers that they're thankful for those services being in town. The orthopods, the general surgeons, whether it's cataract or whatever, they like to have that done here. So we're glad to be able to provide that. We are continuing to see good progress with the new billing company. Hallelujah. We, just as a refresher, we were in a contract with a company called TrueBridge that did not deliver on promises that had been made, and so that was a long 5 years for us, and hard on our customers too, because they did not deliver well, but we are with a new company called CoQuick, and they're already doing so much better than TrueBridge ever accomplished in that 5 years. I have an example, posting example, and for the month of August up to the 25th, everything has been posted except $602.42. And that's out of $1,117,000. So huge improvement. That example alone, many phone calls that I've taken just personally myself, people complaining because they paid a bill and yet then they received another statement and their payment had not been posted, or the payer's payment hadn't been posted. So it caused all kinds of problems. It's got to make Kelly and Jake's life easier for that to be caught up on the regular. So that's good news. Hopefully down the road we'll begin hearing patients, they'll begin seeing and feeling the difference in our billing practices. So hopefully that'll help. We have a few providers that are testing AI to assist them with their documentation. It's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. So helping them stay focused with the patient when they're in the room with the patient, and being able to hold those conversations and not worry about the documentation, but yet being able to capture all that information. So we're excited. That's another thing, going to Boston to the Meditech conference to make decisions about what AI tool to settle on to use. So lots of stuff going on there. I do want to bring up, so we've been working on, I guess, market development and image. And one of the things that we were talking about was, back a couple of years ago, did we start Patient Point?
Yeah.
So when you would go, Google a provider, say Dr. Berg. Well, not Dr. Berg, because there wasn't anything bad about Dr. Berg on there, but you might go out to try to find something about Share Medical Center. And if you don't give people a way to evaluate you when they're angry, they're going to find a way. And so they would find a way to leave Share Medical Center a review. And so this, a bad review would be out there forever, for eons, because we didn't have any way for our patients to tell even the good stuff about, the providers that they see. So a couple of years ago, we deployed, it's called Patient Point. And you can now go and you can see the ratings of our providers. Share Medical Center is an entity, it's not a person, so you can't necessarily review Share Medical Center, but you can find Dr. Berg, Chris Berg, all of the providers. And they do a great job. Some people leave comments, and I've got a few of those. I won't read who the patients are, but you can see those when you go out to Google. Dr. Madrid and his staff always are super professional, super nice and helpful. They listen to you here. I could not have asked for any better care. My surgeries went well. The staff was beyond helpful. Dr. Tupper has been not only professional, but makes you feel like family. I wouldn't have wanted anything better. Thank you to Dr. Tupper and his staff. Just over and over, 5-star reviews. Thank you, you've done a great job, always greeted with a smile. They're always happy and polite. So those are provider reviews. We needed to find a way to be able to review, to get reviews from patients in the ER. And so you hear us talk about SQSS. We're able through SQSS to give our patients the ability when they're in the emergency room to have an iPad to do reviews. And so this one's on Dr. Cook. Willingness of Dr. Cook to listen to the information that you had to share about your condition or illness, very good. The concern about your worries or questions, very good. Knowledge displayed by Dr. Cook, very good. Cleanliness of the ER, very good. But this is good. My nurse was amazing. The girl who took my x-ray was super welcoming. Just overall, one of the best experiences I've ever had in an ER. They made sure I was comfy and well taken care of, speedy, quick, and answered any questions I had with ease. 10 out of 10 for this ER. I wish every ER had service as well as this one. And so these are not even things, my staff look over these to make sure that they catch anything that's bad coming out, and address it. But we don't take the time to look at the good things. And so we were talking about that today, is we need to stop and we need to reward our staff. We need to bring these up because we always hear the bad stuff and we need to share the good stuff as well. So we're really going to work on that because it's like pages and pages and pages of the good stuff. And so that's something we're going to work on here over the next several months. So I'm excited about that because the staff, they really do. Nobody gets out of bed in the morning wanting to cause somebody, to have a bad day and be naughty. So we need to celebrate those good things. So we're going to start doing that. I think that's all I've got. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Questions for Candace? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve and accept the Sheriff Medical Center written report for August 2025?
I'll make a motion to approve share written report for August 2025.
Second.
Thank you. A motion by Mr. Bowman, a second by Dr. Simon to approve and accept the Sheriff Medical Center written report for August 2025. Roll call?
Bowman?
Yes.
Burke?
Yes.
Simon?
Yes.
Mossberg? Yes. Brown?
Yes.
Hannaford?
Yes. Okay, 4, CFO's report. Kelly, start with A, the statistics report and financial report.
Okay. I'm just going to hit some of the highlights of the written report under the finance tab. But the operating cash balance for July was $531,517. It's 13 days of operating expenses, excluding depreciation. Cash was in a pretty good spot there at the end of July, but when we got into the first week of August, we paid the bill for the roof replacement. So, but even today, cash is sitting at about $400,000 with about a week left in the month. We'll have a pretty good check run this week, but cash is looking all right. The accounts receivable, Candace mentioned our pleasure with CodeQuick and what they've been able to do for us since they've come on as our billing company. But there's a $640,000 decrease in accounts receivable. And a lot of times you look at accounts receivable, if accounts receivable goes down, sometimes that's because you didn't have as much revenue. But revenue was pretty consistent from June to July, but the accounts receivable went down because the bills are going out on time, they're being processed in a timely fashion, everything about our billing process is improved right now. Jaden and I look at money coming in the door every day. Every morning, the first thing we do is we look and see how much money hit the bank account, because that tells us, how we're going to, what bills we're going to pay this week or, whatnot. And we kind of got a number that we say we got to hit this number every day. If we don't hit this number every day, or at least average it over time, then we need to look at changing some things and what we're spending money on and whatnot. But we've continued to, through the transition, we've continued to hit that mark. And it's not, we can start to see where some of the deficits were before that we thought were there, but we're really starting to see them now because revenue at the hospital and the clinics does not come, we don't have to provide the same amount of services every day of the week. When clinics are open, I mean, those are, 40, 50 more claims a day or whatever, that 60 or 70 probably. But we're going to have more claims go out Monday through Thursday. Well, on days when we have surgery, we're going to have, bigger claims go out. And so we do see kind of the up and down that shows me that, okay, they are working our accounts daily. And because the way the money's coming in, it reflects kind of the how we provide services throughout the week. Really pleased with accounts receivable. In fact, having it under $4 million is incredible, and then to be down at 3.5, love it. It's going to get lower. I mean, it's going to get lower, so I feel really good about where it's at. The one thing that we're still working out with CodeQuick is the monthly reporting. We were going to have a meeting to address some of the KPIs that we wanted, key performance indicators that we wanted to be able to report to Finance Committee and the board. That didn't happen Tuesday, but it's going to happen Thursday this week. We've seen a preliminary report, and I think for the most part, it's going to be pretty easy to look at it, take a quick glance at some of these things and see where our opportunities are. So we'll have that report for you hopefully next month. I can't see that we wouldn't have it for you next month. But accounts payable for July was $996,000. That is up $306,000. Like I said, we had the roof invoice come in, so that is the biggest factor in AP. Gross revenue for the month was $2,359,000. That was down about $62,000 compared to June. Total patient days were at 43 in July compared to 44 in June, and Candace talked about the clinic visits being up. So volumes have been good through what would typically be the summer months. Contractuals less bad debt and charity care were up quite a bit at 66.6%. We do think that is a reflection of processing or applying payments from previous periods or adjustments from previous periods that are being caught up, and we do expect that that's going to come down because usually we're around 51%, somewhere in there. We did write off $177,000 to collection agency. Operating expenses, excluding salary, benefits, and depreciation, was $660,940. That was up $57,000 compared to June. Hospital salaries and wages were $490,759. That was up $11,000. And then the net loss, operating loss, was $434,600. And then after sales tax and other non-operating revenue, the loss was $309,629. One thing that happened, a couple of things that happened in July or didn't happen. One is that we get direct provider incentive payments, and those come every quarter. They did not come in July like they typically do, so that would have been about $315,000. Had that come like we expect it to normally, we would have been in the black.
And they have released, they said that they got the okay to release those payments, so we will be getting it.
We got that email this morning, so
it'll be on next month.
hopefully before then.
But
Well,
reporting wise,
hopefully we get it in August, yeah. We did have a lot of, I do want to point out under age payables, we talked about AP a little bit up above, but for our invoices that are over 90 days from invoice date, 0% that are not part of a predetermined payment plan. So that's phenomenal. I don't know that I thought we would get to that point. But to be at that point, our vendors are, you know, they certainly like that when we pay our bills, and so that's great. And then if you take the two items that are on payment plans or deferred payments, that's only 11% of our total accounts payable, so it's pretty great. We've been working out some of the recommendations. We'll talk about the audits in a second, but we've been continuously working with the auditors and trying to put either processes in place or account numbers in place, or things to have us be in better compliance with auditing standards. And so we made a lot of updates to the reporting, and when we look at some of this, I'll point it out in our income statement where you can see some of these items that are newly being reported. We did, the sale proceeds from the nursing home, we put those initially in a 30-day automatically renewing CD. We did go out for bid on those on August 11th, and we did transfer that CD to Alva State Bank for 12 months with an interest rate of 4.05 and no penalty if we need to have an emergency withdrawal of that CD. So that was good. I talked about the rest of that stuff already. If you look at the income statements on the next pages, we did add a line. We'll just look at the 6-month comparison, but we did add a line for clinic revenue. So on that far left column, you'll see revenues, inpatient, outpatient, and clinic. Prior to this year, the clinic revenue was lumped into outpatient, but we have broken that out. I think I probably reported this in a previous month, but we did move bad debt and charity care from a deductions from revenue category down to the expense categories, and that's based on Medicare requirements for bad debt and charity care reporting. They have to be reported as an expense, so we've done that. And then you'll see under other operating revenue, we have specifically stated the 340B drug program, the shop payment, which is that quarterly payment I was talking about earlier, and then our cost report settlement. Those are the things when the auditors want details on how things are, coming in throughout the year. They want those things all lined out separately, and so we've got that in there. But other than that, it doesn't. None of these changes have had any impact on how we report our net income or loss. So, you can see the comparison through all that. It goes from the 6-month comparison to the 6-month comparison of the other expenses, then the year-over-year comparison for a 3-year comparison. And last July was a really good month also, but you can see the difference kind of when we don't get that shop payment. That kind of puts us in a bad spot. We did, when you look at our balances, we did have to borrow $100,000 from our line of credit, which is not bad considering we were $300,000 short on money coming in. But does anybody have any questions? Oh, there's one more change in reporting. If you look at your 340B report, we had previously been reporting the net revenue, which included a reduction for the dispensing fee. Now we're breaking it out for you with the gross revenue, the dispensing fee, Amerisource is where we buy the drugs from, and so that's the actual supplies expense, and then the net income for the 340B is that far right column. We netted, or gross was just over $1 million in 2025, with almost $400,000 net income on 340B. You can see the statistics in there, things are going good, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Sorry I went a little bit long today.
Any questions for Kelly? Okay, moving on, we are excited about items B and C to get really caught up with our audit process, and we're actually hopefully started the process already, will be, I'm sorry.
We met with the auditor this morning, and she intends to have us an engagement letter for our September meeting, but she's going to send out the audit list probably next week to us to get started on 2025. But
Okay, so we'll move to item B, the approval or disapproval to accept the FY23 financial audit for Alva Hospital Authority. We've got, anybody would like to look through, Kelly, anything you want to highlight on this?
we got a favorable opinion that the financials stated are an accurate representation of the condition of the medical center. And this is going to be the case in both of these. We're a small hospital. The internal controls are typically a deficiency in small hospitals, and we just had the audit at the City Hall, presented last week or whatever, and it's the same thing. It's the small towns, small hospitals. We can't hire enough people to take care of all of the internal controls.
But we have made progress.
And we have made progress. I mean, Kayla's an example of a person that we have hired to help us with our payables and separation of duties and things like that. And so we have made a lot of progress compared to the reporting that was done in 2023 and 2024. It'll probably still be on the findings for 2025, but we'll have made a lot of progress towards improving our internal controls.
And really, I think, talking about both of these as well, the big difference, of course, good years, bottom line at the end, but some COVID money helped in FY23, and then just really had, a good year for FY24.
So we had, I don't know if it's been so long ago, and some of you may remember that we had applied for an employee retention credit for the nursing home. We did receive that. That ended up being booked as revenue in fiscal year 23, and then it was a receivable in fiscal year 24, and then we got it in 25, and so it kind of spanned over 3 fiscal periods. But that's probably the biggest impact on our operating revenue, was getting that.
So any questions on 4B? If not, I would hear a motion for approval to accept the financial audit for FY23.
I move to approve to accept the FY 2023 financial audit for the Alva Hospital Authority, Share Medical Center.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Dr. Simon, a second by Mr. Bowman to approve and accept the FY23 financial audit for Alva Hospital Authority, DBA Share Medical Center. Roll call?
Burke,
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Mossberg. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Okay, now we'll move on to the FY24. Basically, we've talked about it. Any questions? Okay, we have a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the FY 2024 financial audit for the Alva Hospital Authority DBA Share Medical Center.
Second.
Thank you. A motion by Mr. Bowman, a second by Dr. Mossberg to approve and accept the FY24 financial audit for the Alva Hospital Authority DBA Share Medical Center. Roll call?
Simon. Yes. Mossberg. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Burke.
Yes.
Okay, item D, we've got some quotes that we will be looking for installing dual Aurora 4 lights comments? You got the packet in your,
The quotes are in your packet. These are for OR2 up in surgery. And so we were talking before the meeting started. We think it's possible that maybe the lights that are up there are original.
Into,
But these lights are part of part of the equipment that we're needing to get in order to open that OR up for services, which will in turn allow us to be able to more efficiently operate the surgery department on surgery days.
so if I get a complaint, it is this right here, that is a very long day for patients and staff, because the patients have to be here, because we don't know how long a surgery may or may not take, when their turn's gonna be. So this allows us to operate on a patient, move to the next patient in OR2, staff can clean this and get it ready for patient 3, and it just keeps it going back and forth all day long, so literally it will speed it up by half, so.
I will say the lights for the equipment and the installation exceeded Kansas's spending authority, so that's why you're approving them. But we're also working to purchase another anesthesia machine and ultrasound?
Ultrasound.
Okay. Also for the surgery department.
any questions for Candace or Kelly? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
I move that we accept the two quotes listed under 4D from Skytron.
Okay, a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Mr. Bowman, to approve the quote Q89677-5 and quote Q 103436-1 from Skytron to purchase and install dual Aurora 4 lights for a total cost of $27,357.22. Roll call?
Mossberg? Yes. Brown?
Yes.
Hannaford?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Burke?
Yes.
Simon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Medical Staff Executive Committee, Dr. Burke, looks like we have one reappointment.
We do. We met on August 21st, 2025, and the credentialing committee is bringing forward a reappointment courtesy staff of Dr. William L. Garner, MD Cardiology.
Okay, so I have a motion for Dr. Burke. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion by Dr. Burke, second by Dr. Simon to reappoint to courtesy staff William L. Gardner, MD Cardiology. Roll call?
Brown?
Yes.
Hannaford?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Burke?
Yes.
Simon?
Yes.
Mossberg?
Yes.
Okay. QAPI, items A and B. Kelly, Candace, anything you want to?
Now, as you can see, they've been busy, staff's been busy working on their quality activities. If you have any specific questions, be happy to answer those. The next one was improvement to, what was it, contracts?
Well, QAPI, it's A and B, that's just reporting departments, so that's, so many questions on QAPI? Okay, so we'll move to improvement to patient care. You talked about the contract review for the quality.
Contract, those, we had
evaluations.
9, those were 100%. And then we also have several policies that come back for revision and review. Anything specifically, if you have questions, we'd be happy to answer those, but that's all we got.
Okay, so we do have the 7B to approve or disapprove the revisions report dated July 31st, 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve the revisions report dated July 31st, 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Bowman, a second by Dr. Brown to approve approve the revisions report dated July 31st, 2025. Roll call?
Hannaford,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Mossberg. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Okay, item 8, share convalescent home report. Little Kelly, real quick, you want to go over that?
If I can combine maybe both those reports, 8 and 9, there's really not much to report on convalescent home.
Yep.
Still working with the Jordans to do what we need to do to help them get their chow over into their name. But very little nursing home activity on the financial statement. We do still continue to receive payments that are payments to them that are passing through us until this is completed. But that's really all there is there. The homestead financials. Tanya's had some people move in, but she had some people move out as well. So the financials were a little bit of a loss in July. So it was income was $77,814. Expenses were $84,819 for a loss of $7,000. They've had some equipment that they've had to get to work with the city to get repaired or replaced, so they're staying on top of that. They continue to have a great many activities going on. I think if you follow their Facebook page, they're doing a really good job of putting pictures of their activities up on Facebook, and so people, really love it there, and they want more neighbors.
Any questions for Kelly on the convalescent home or the homestead report? Foundations report.
Do not have foundation. Well, we're wrapping up the fiscal year just like the hospital is with the foundation stuff.
No city entities reports. Mr. Bowman, how about city council report?
Okay, have a couple things. We did pass an ordinance pertaining to the consumption of alcohol on public property. This was just an emergency ordinance. It's evolving, but it was done now to help with the car show. We're getting some new LED lights at the rec park. We had a good 2024 audit, and we signed an ordinance to allow Clarity Telecom or Blue Peak to construct us a fiber operation network, fiber optics network here in Alva.
That's pretty exciting news, Jeff. Any questions for Mr. Bowman? Thank you. Under the chairman report, looks like I have something, but I think it's from the bylaws,
Yeah, just the
yearly changes. Okay, so just need to ask for a motion to approve the AH bylaws review for 2025.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Dr. Simon to approve the AH bylaw review for 2025. Roll call?
Simon.
Yes.
Mossberg. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Burke.
Yes.
Thank you. Any new business? Okay, thank you. Hearing none, we are adjourned.